Your Lordship, the spouse of His Lordship, one Florence Oluoch Auma.
You can default to that issue?
Yes.
There's a disposition to that?
Yeah, there is a disposition to that issue, Your Lordship.
That Florence is the wife?
Yes, there is.
Paragraph?
Yes, paragraph. Paragraph 13 of the supporting affidavit, as read with paragraph 11 of the further affidavit. She holds a position in the Kenya Water Towers Agency, an appointment that was done pursuant to the Gazette Notice number 7515 of 2013, for and on behalf of the presidency by Siopan Tuya. Your Lordship, it may go on record that the sixth respondent who initiated or made this appointment is a party in these proceedings, and that the parties.
No, my Lord, that's not factually correct.
I'm not getting you right, and I'm sorry for intervention.
Where are you lost, my Lord?
Here. If I'm looking at the same document as you.
Yes.
The Gazette Notice 7515 was issued on the 7th day of June 2023 by Soipan Tunya.
That's correct.
Cabinet Secretary for Environment, Climate Change and Forestry.
That's correct.
The sixth respondent in this proceedings is who?
Is the president.
Then where is the next?
I'll get there. I'll get there. Your Lordship, the cabinet under the Constitution is constituted of the president, and the cabinet secretaries appointed there rather, and the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. That's Siopan Tuya is an agent of the presidency. Your Lordship, one of the issues that was before the impeachment was that the deputy president, the petitioner herein, indicated that Kenya is a shareholding country. There are shareholding agreements before you, and that positions either in parastatals or corporations were to be shared in accordance to that share agreement.
Well, that is the reason why his client got impeached.
May I be given an opportunity to urge my case? You'll be given an opportunity to respond. Even if you are itching, Mr. Nyamondi, take your call. Your Lordship, it is my client's submissions that Florence Auma Oluoch may have been a beneficiary of that shareholding. Your Lordship, finally, Your Lordship, we have...
It is extremely unfair and unjust, especially for an advocate to be seen or what you have said to play to the gallery. Can we read paragraph 12 of the affidavit? So that he does, no.
Yes.
Let's hear it from him, where he says that the said board is chaired by the president, who has... So can you kindly do it properly so that you don't...
I'm sorry, I'm not under cross-examination.
No.
Hold on.
Your Honors, your
is-
ladyship and my lords, they will have time, as you say,
No.
to respond and say all these things. If he's saying nonsense, they'll stand up and say so. But this constant interruption is intended to derail this hearing. Let them respond when their time comes. Yes.
And we
Stop
have
bullying people.
heard the condescending nature of the respondents.
Yeah.
Everybody here has been instructed by a client either to speak sense or nonsense. So that being the case, the condescending attitude is completely objectionable, and everybody should take their seat and use their time with sense. If sense can only come from them, they do it during their time.
Thank you very much. Sir, can I finish? Can I finish?
My lord, may I be protected to urge my application and the respondents be granted opportunity to
Let me
respond?
finish what I was saying.
You will have your time,
I know I
you
will
have
have
to
my
respond.
time, but please, this is the application being presented. Let's not have other things.
It
that
has
are
been
not
served
happening.
upon you.
You
My
will respond.
lady and my lord, just permit me to say one thing. Just one thing.
Your Honor, if I'm allowed to just say something.
Just a minute, counsel. Just a minute, counsel.
Let applicants finish their case and then people will respond. Because this interjections is just going to affect the conduct of the proceedings. It's very unfair. Let everybody have a chance. Each person has 10 minutes, others have 5 minutes. Let them utilize their time. But these objections in between is unfair and it's affecting the flow.
Come to court and say that.
My lady and my lords, this is what I want to say. Just a minute. My lord, a judge is first an advocate and second an advocate. We are all here advocates. My plea is we conduct these proceedings in an orderly manner. As Professor Gidu Mugai used to remind us when we were in school, to be an advocate, you are a superior mortal. Can we just be slightly superior and deal with this thing in an intelligent way?
This Ndengwa, those work we have many times to do.
I am most obliged, Lordship. It may be noted that, Your Lordship, that the chair of this board is directly appointed by the president, the six respondents in this case. Your Lordship, may I submit again that the perception out there is that this bench has been constituted for a particular purpose, and that the bench is just a mere conveyor belt, and that the parties herein will not have the chances to have justice of their case being dispensed. Your Lordship, I have annexed a tweet by Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir, annexed in our affidavit at paragraph 12, and I would wish to read that tweet, Your Lordship. Ahmed Nasir, Your Lordship, is a senior member of this bar, a senior counsel, and Your Lordship, here it goes. The conservatory orders will be discharged by the 3-judge bench, latest by next week, if not by Friday. Even as we approach you, Your Lordship, the perception out there is that this bench is part of the conspiracy.
Ahmed Nasir is not the law.
Your Lordship,
He speaks not to the law. Ahmed Nasir has also an affidavit. He's not a witness, my lord. How does Ahmed Nasir, and we have 64 senior counsel, how does Ahmed Nasir, how can his tweet inform submission before this court?
may I answer that, Your Lordship, to the good professor, that we are speaking about perception. The standard of a bystander, the reasonable man, a fair-minded man in the status and the character of a senior counsel, Ahmed Nasir says, and the president's lawyer says, we cannot receive justice. That is the standard, Your Lordship.
Ahmed Nasir says that this court will quash.
Mr. Ojienda, you will have your time to respond.
No, but the point is, he then speaks in your favor.
Yes.
Pick that line.
Let him respond.
You will not teach me how to submit. You will pick the line that you so wish. For me, I am saying, Your Lordship, that the perception out there is that this bench has been constituted as a conveyor belt. Finally, Your Lordship, this court will remember that on the 16th of October, we moved the court for a mention on the 18th. The court declined to grant that mention and slated our file to be mentioned on the 29th